Okay, guys, so I really want to reflect on my week today. It's only Wednesday, and not only that, it is about to be a full moon, and full moons apparently make people act crazy. And me being such a in tune with the earth person, I'm sure I could be affected. So, I'm really upset as usual. I didn't even make videos for last week, and I didn't make videos for like the last couple of days, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday because I'd be so exhausted. Yesterday, I literally just cried and then went to sleep. I took a shower, I gave my mom some clothes to wash, and I was just angry and tired. And then Monday, I didn't want to go to school, and I have not been liking this job at all, especially because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're all blurring, but I know yesterday a student was angry and she claimed another student stole her book. So Layla was mad at Vaughn because she claimed he stole her book. And so she kept saying his book is number 2 and I'm number 21. And then Vaughn was like, my book says number 3. And I know what you're thinking. What does 3 have to do with 2 and 21? I do not know. And then she was trying to get a marker to erase the 3 and then turn it to like a 21. And then she drew on her desk to say, I'm not number 2, I'm number 21. And then she screamed, I'm 21. And I'm just like, really? And then I try to look for a name in the book and they don't even write their names on pages. And then her teacher is like, well, there's this book on the desk, and she didn't know whose it was. All she knew is that someone left their math book on the floor, and so she just picks it up. She doesn't give it back to a student. She just put it on a desk. And then she's like, you know what? I think this is your book, Layla. And Layla's like, it's not my book. My book is Vaughn's book. And then I look in the page and Layla's name is literally written on pages in the book. And it's like, yeah, this has to be your book. And she's still upset. She doesn't want to use her own book. And then we have an inclusion support staff. And she's there like, this kid is like, what is this kid doing? And the support staff, I'm just like, listen, she does like this, and if she even opens up her book, she's just gonna lay on the floor and she's gonna avoid doing the work. Like, that's what she does. Because the first day I met Layla, that's what she do. I try to help her do her math, and then she literally tries to scribble all over the pages, not even draw, because I know some kids, they draw pictures. She was just so upset at the work. She just want to scribble on all the pages. And I'm just like, is there mental help for these children? Because I'm not equipped to deal with all of this. Is she even allowed to be in second grade? I'm really surprised. And then you got the other girl, Miss Kalia. Let's call her Kali. She's still avoiding everything. She's the girl that was screaming like an ambulance siren. She's the girl who gets upset when she can't roll on a ball and roll on a ball the whole class. She bothers other students by hitting them. She literally broke all the markers at her table. And then she gets mad at the students at her table for breaking the markers. She was the one who last week, Friday, had to take a reading test, got mad at having to write her name on the test before turning it in, and said, someone's making fun of my name. Yes, you are making fun of my name when no one's talking to her. She's literally talking, making fun of air. And then these kids, they start problems out of air. Like, they start problems with no one. And she's still, I'll just call it task avoidant. She can't do any work. Like, she can barely even look at a computer and work on that. As soon as you tell her, hey, it's time to go to your special area, she just stares at her computer and she will not move. And then, or she will just stare at a paper, because another time she was just doing a paper and she like was just drawing hearts, no, check marks and X's and scribbling. Like, no, I can't do anything. I have to scribble on my paper like I'm writing something. And yeah, she was eating her breakfast for an hour. Basically, yeah, eating her breakfast for an hour, can't leave her chair because she's eating her breakfast, but it's like, class, you have to go to music. Class, you have to go to PE. Class, you have to go to art. She won't move. She's always last in line. And then today, she was last in line again, and then she has to knock on someone's door, then run away from the door, then she trips, hits her knee, then she crawls on the floor, and then she falls out of a chair when she gets to her music class, and then she leaves the class, opens the door carrying some colored pencil, and then I'm just like, you know what? I want to talk to you outside anyway. And then she tries to run back inside, but she can't because she hits me, and then she hits herself in the eye with a pencil. And I'm like, I did not expect you to run fast, run into me, and hit yourself in the eye. And so I take her to the nurse. And then another thing, so in music, she doesn't want to learn crap. And so the music teacher is like, okay, guys, you get a piece of paper and you can draw. And technically it's music class, not art class, but I don't care. They cannot even draw nice. They got to steal each other's pencils. They don't know how to share colored pencils. One boy wanted a blue color, so another boy broke the pencil because he wanted a blue. And I'm just like, you break it so no one can have it? Like, this is crappy behavior. And I'm tired of dealing with them because I know you're like, oh, they just broke a pencil. They were just fighting on Monday. Like, this same boy was Vaughn. I think that's what I called him. Yeah, this same boy was Vaughn, and he was just fighting another kid in a third grade class because he be picking at this kid. And I'm thinking, yeah, he must be. Because he even pick at me. He calls kids mean names, and he's a bully. Anyway, back to it. Another girl, Kylie, let's call her that, Kylie, she was upset at her guy who was sitting next to her, let's call him Cody. And so Kylie is mad at Cody and says, you stink, something smell bad. And then Cody walk away from her. And then she starts arguing with some girl saying, oh, well, you must be saying I smell bad because I'm Miss Jones, right? You must be saying Miss Jones smells bad. And then she's like, I did not say that. And then they start screaming, and then they get up and they start fighting each other. And it's cute, but like, this is a classroom. Like, can't you guys just sit down and draw and do the assignment? Like, it's getting tiring at this point because this has happened every week. They scream at each other every week. They can't share something every week. The art teacher told them, hey, we're gonna paint. They can't paint with each other. They gotta mess up the water and try to paint on someone's paper and paint on someone's arm. Like, and it's mainly, like I said, Kylie is mainly, what was her name? Layla, it's Vaughn, it's Vincent, it's the kids in the class, and I'm tired of seeing them every day. I really am. Because every time they do something, I'm just like, really? And I want to say, oh, they're just kids, they're playing, but they play in a way that hurts others, and I'm tired of it. They like to steal things from someone. They like to snatch things out of someone's hand. They like to say, I deserve to snatch this from you because it's mine. And it's not even theirs. Like the laptops. They always stealing each other's laptops. Then they say, well, my name is on the bottom of this laptop and it's mine, so you shouldn't have had it anyway. And I'm like, how about y'all all don't have any names on anything? Because this whole mine thing is getting ridiculous. Y'all supposed to be learning reading, math, music, art, social studies. Like, what? Who cares? And then in line, they couldn't even stand in line again. So once they couldn't stand in the lunch line. And then again, the girl Let's call her Ani. She couldn't stay in the line because two kids kept like wrestling with her and pushing her. And now one boy, he got suspended. And he was literally in class so bored, he started sitting on the floor and putting glue on his legs to glue a paper to his legs. And this isn't as bad as the schools where kids are like throwing jars of pee at each other or carrying weapons. I get it, it's not as bad, but it's still getting to that point because they get no consequences. Like, they do not have to listen, they do not have to open up their book. They don't care. They know they're going to be passed through the third grade, and I know they're going to be passed through the third grade because no one cares about kindergartners. No one cares about first graders learning anything. No one cares about second grade learning anything. Fifth grade and fourth grade and third grade passing those are harder because apparently there's like a district state test, probably the FCAT for Florida. And now you got the government testing these kids to make sure they're actually smart enough to move on. And then I even think maybe schools will be checking on these kids, seeing how many referrals have they gotten. And a referral is basically a documentation showing that, hey, this kid has like bad behaviors. And a lot of kids don't care about referrals. A lot of kids don't understand them, and they odds are will never understand them. And they also don't care about calls home because, again, their parents don't care about how they do in school. They just get on the bus and they don't fucking care. And I'm tired of it because I'm like, if y'all don't care about you, then why am I here for $15 an hour? Like, I am not gonna sit here for $15 an hour. Like, it's not worth it, especially when I'm seeing these kids and I hate them at this point. Like, I really hate these kids. They are some bullies. I feel bad because I'm supposed to be an adult and I'm supposed to be like, oh, who cares? Da 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 da. But I'm just like, nah, they're crossing my line. Like, these kids really be fighting with each other over nothing, and I'm tired of looking at them every day do it again and again.